Hello and welcome to Boozy Book Reports, a simple podcast where we revisit childhood classics while drinking copious amounts of alcohol. We're your hosts, Beth
and Sam.
And this month, we're reporting on Encyclopedia Brown, Boy Detective by Donald Sobol, first published in 1963. Yay.
Yay.
This was my pick. I have to say that I never read the book as a child, but I was obsessed with the TV show that was on HBO as a child.
Damn.
And so
you had HBO as a child?
I mean, we were bougie only with cable TV.
Okay.
Maybe not enough food in the pantry, but we're going to have cable. You know, life's little joys.
Okay,
that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but
no shame.
I mean, you know, we've talked about this before, you know, it's funny growing up in a way where you're like, you're not like destitute, but you're also not in a place where you're like getting to buy shoes when you want.
If there's an emergency, it will be hard. That's like the level. Yeah. Same.
Yes,
same.
That is the level. Yep. So, yep.
A transmission went out once in my parents' car, and it was like devastating. Yep. But we were fine otherwise.
Yeah, that happened to my mom right before Christmas, and she had to use all the Christmas money on it. And so we had a $5 Christmas, which she still brings up to this day. So, yes. But anyway, oftentimes I remember we would do the HBO free weekends because it used to be like you would do like how we do the trial month now before the streaming sets in. It's like you'd get the free weekend and it would just be on, and we would just watch HBO the whole weekend. And it was super fun. So, but there was a TV show called Encyclopedia Brown that came out in the late 80s. I think I was like in 3rd or 4th grade, and I was obsessed. So I was very excited to like read the book because I'd never read it before. And the book was very different than I thought it would be.
I had read the book. It was like when I was in, I think, 2nd or 3rd grade. This was the like gifted and talented reading. So you read Encyclopedia Brown. And I remember wanting to like it as a kid because I was like, I'm a nerd and nerds like these kinds of things. And then I read it and I was like, that I don't really remember. I just remember being bored to tears by it. And it just wasn't my jam.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, before we get into all the dirty details, we have I'm going to say it's a dirty drink. It feels a little dirty.
I love this drink. So if you are not a Bloody Mary fan because you're not really into the whole vodka tomato combo, you can instead make a Michelada. So Michelada is a drink of Mexican origin that usually has some sort of like tomato juice or clamato. It usually has some other stuff in it. I put some hot sauce in mine. There's a little bit of like Maggi seasoning, some like soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce. But it's basically almost like a beer-based Bloody Mary.
So, first of all, didn't have any idea what Maggi sauce is. I had to Google it.
Oh yeah,
and then couldn't find it locally.
Just soy sauce will replace it.
So then I used soy sauce. Yeah. Yes. Also, so mine looks like this. It's pretty good for me.
Oh, it's cute.
Yeah. Did not have ice because I was going to buy some ice because I don't have ice in my fridge or my freezer. And then I was like, I forgot it. And so I'm shaking it up and I'm like, why are we shaking this right now? You shake something to make it colder because the ice is in the shaker, but I was just going to town shaking it, but I didn't put the beer in to shake, just for the record.
I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, I'm learning.
I just mixed mine in the glass. So yeah. I did a mix in glass, but also you do shakes sometimes without ice. Like if you are doing egg white, you do a dry shake first, which we've done on this podcast.
Yeah.
But what did you line yours with? What did you rim your glass with?
So I hate that sticky stuff.
Chamoy? I love chamoy. Oh, it's so good.
So I use lime juice and tahini that I have.
Perfect.
Just for the record, I hate tomato juice.
Yeah.
And I was laughing because I didn't know what the clam thing was. What it's called, clamanito.
Clamato.
There we go. I said clamanito to the man at the alcohol part of the grocery store, and he was like, huh. He's like, oh, I thought it was pronounced like this, but I'm from Canada. And I was like, thank you for making me feel less stupid.
That's actually very sweet of him. So here, cheers to the kind man at the grocery store.
At the grocery store. So I'm excited to taste it. When I say it's not my jam, that is by far the worst drink we've ever had on this podcast. It's gonna make, it literally makes me want to cry. Damn, that was horrible. I don't know if I did the thing something wrong,
No, I think you
but
probably just don't like this, which does
it
not
tastes like
surprise me.
it's like tomato. It's so tomato. It's
You
like
don't like beer
Campbell's.
and you don't like tomato juice, and we just mix those two things. So it's
Yeah.
okay that you don't like this one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure it's really good for some people. Oh my gosh,
I love this one.
it's just like drinking soup, but
Mhm.
that is wow.
Yeah, beer soup.
Okay.
It's delicious. I love beer
Oh,
soup.
that was an experience. I I honestly want to cry.
I am very sad that
That's
you
too
have
dramatic.
had such a sad experience with this, though in retrospect, it's maybe unsurprising, considering
Um,
you don't like tomato juice, which actually I didn't know. But that makes sense.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
it's a nice just for the folks out in the audience who might be pondering why the heck you would do this over like a Bloody Mary. I think it's low ABV and it's like a very relaxed drink. So when I was in Mexico, was my like go-to, because like all the margaritas, a lot of them were very sweet, and so this I would get micheladas, though they make them very differently. There's many kinds, so there's
Mhm.
some that have like more like tamarind in them, but this is like the one that I always would get at like the Mexican restaurants when I go get a michelada. Yeah, and so you mix it with like a little bit of like use a Mexican lager. So the reason I picked this is because I want to say maybe this was the worst cocktail, but it could have been worse
Yeah.
because the
That's
reason
like the mystery of the tomato cocktail.
I was reading the first chapter and they talk about the burglar Natty Nat, and all I
Mhm.
could think was, what if we do Natty Ice or Natty Light as our cocktail? And I was like,
Uh-huh.
we cannot just have a tall boy of like Natty Light as the cocktail is Mama's phoning it in.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, we haven't done a michelada, so
Mhm.
a good beer cocktail. So
Mhm.
yeah, there's beer cocktails everywhere. There's also Caesars, which are like in Canada.
Mhm.
It's another beer and tomato juice, red beer.
Yeah, even buying the beer was interesting because I said, "I need a Mexican beer." I was told to get a Corona or a Mocha Lub, and the guy was like,
Uh,
"Mm."
a Michelob is not a Mexican
I
beer.
know.
A Modelo.
Listen, this man was very nice, and by man, I mean he was a kid to me.
A small
He looked at
child.
me, he, like, grabbed the Corona, he, like, shook his head and gave me the Corona. I was like, "Thank you, sir. Thank you for being so patient with me today."
I love I always do it with Pacifico.
Mm.
That's my favorite like Mexican beer.
I've really only had 2 types or 3 types of beers in my life. Actually 2, a Coors Light and a Corona
Yeah.
are the only beers I've really I had a Guinness once, but I don't count that. That's its own special thing. Any hoot nanny. So,
Just for the record, a Guinness is a beer.
I know, but it feels like a thicker beer, like
It's a
thick beer.
stout. It's just a different kind of beer.
Tomato, tomato. I think it's a thick beer. As I've learned that it's the isotopes of beers because I learned that isotopes are just heavier elements. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Deuterium, like yeah, D2O is just chunky water.
There we go.
Yeah.
And science. Anyway, all right. Before we get into all the story, Sam is going to read the back of the book.
Sorry, I'm just going to
No, you're
town on
fine.
this rim.
Go.
I love
I
it.
know. I'm watching you just like devour. I'm into it.
I
I'm looking at
love
mine like
them. They're
it's
so
really
good.
pretty.
Yours did look really good.
It's really
I
pretty.
do want to make a comment that this is so much better than the first one that was sort of swamp water. You did
Which was that?
the first one
Which
that you
one?
made on your own came
First
out
of
kind of
all,
brown. And I know
it
I'm
did. But yeah, it did. It was pretty
this is
bad.
a compliment. This is not a backhanded compliment. I'm saying
I also want to say this one had limited ingredients and I had all of them. So I wasn't making any crazy substitutions.
well, I just want to say it looks really good. You did it very
I'm
artfully. I'm
I'm
proud.
doing better at making
I
cocktails.
know. I'm
Yeah,
acknowledging
so
that.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And I do appreciate your creativity with this and connecting the dots and giving an opportunity for new flavors.
For
So
new
thank you.
flavors, and sometimes not every new flavor is a winner, so that's all right.
But you know what? Life is about experience and just trying new things.
Exactly.
Hmm.
All right. Match wits with the super sleuth in sneakers, a Civil War sword, a watermelon stabbing, missing roller skates, a trapeze artist's inheritance, and an eyewitness who's legally blind. These are just some of the 10 brain twisting mysteries that Encyclopedia Brown must solve by using his famous computer like brain. Try to crack the cases along with him. The answers to all the mysteries are found in the back. I did not
Which
remember that part.
I thought it was going to be like Hardy Boys or Nancy Drew, like a
Yeah.
story. Because again, like I watched all of these, like each one of the episodes I watched on TV were like 30 minutes. So I'm like, oh, it must be like a couple, a mysteries book, like actual history. This was more like games to me, like word, like what are those called? Not word searches, word puzzle games or
Oh, the
story.
like lateral thinking puzzles where it's like
Yeah,
yeah.
a little bit of like that.
I was sort of reminded of those, and then like choose your own adventures.
Yes.
Those are fun.
Yeah. But the stories are very, very, very short. Like
Yes.
they're just less than 10 pages each, basically.
Yeah.
But I have a couple quick fun tidbits about the author. So Donald J. Sobol was born in the Bronx, New York in 1924, and he died in 2012, R.I.P. His first Encyclopedia Brown book was written in 2 weeks, which not shocked. He wrote more than 65 children's books.
But not all of them are. Not all of them.
Not all of them are. Yes, but guess how many are Encyclopedia Brown books?
Out of 65, I'm going to say 22.
29.
Bam.
Yeah.
I'm on
And
top of
actually
it.
he did write like a couple adult books too, because he did some nonfiction. I forgot. Like he wrote a little bit about the Civil War and some different things. So they were all children's books, just because I know everybody expects us to, fact check because we are the literary and academic authority on children's books.
Truly the end all be all of children's literature.
Yeah. So when you think Boozy Book Reports, you think, top tier reporting. So anyway.
Exactly. And considering how much we drink on this show, it's like honestly, truly, we are extra above and beyond for anybody.
Yes. Yes. So
facts. Because your friends drinking have never lied to you.
Never. And it always gives you clear, concise, and informative information. Yeah.
When
I didn't even take half a sip and I guess I'm drunk. I don't know.
Ripped. I said it was low ABV and apparently I lied about that. So,
yeah. I almost grabbed some Fireball shots to drink with this at the store. And then I'm like, that's not necessary. That's not necessary, but YOLO.
I mean, don't you just have some Fireball? You can make your own. You don't need to buy the bucket. I don't have any
Fireball. No, I don't have, but they had like new flavors. Anyway.
Maybe that's
they had like Fireball, apple caramel flavor, and just some different things. I'm sure it's not great, but
I
fine.
saw this morning apple cinnamon sausage at the grocery store.
That sounds fine.
Awful. I mean, I make like a bacon apple chutney, but like I don't know why that was like too far. I was like, I don't need fake apple cinnamon flavor in my sausage.
This is definitely a mystery to me, is they are now offering soft serve that's dipped in butter.
Oh, I saw that on
melted butter.
Instagram. What?
Yeah.
Why are we?
I don't know.
Is this like the butter coffee where everybody kind of shit themselves for a while?
Oh, I'm sure. Or like the olive oil at the Starbucks.
Oh yeah, the oleados.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay.
Yeah, you
coffee and olive oil.
You just lubed it up.
I don't have an enema.
You just made yourself a little slip and slide in your body.
Oh, so bad. So bad.
Why?
All right. I do not remember the name of this boy. Like did not remember that this boy's name is Leroy Brown. And
I just thought his name was Encyclopedia.
I thought it was Encyclopedia. And when I was reading it and they said, this is Leroy Brown, it changed the dynamic for me because I am not picturing some suburban white kid. It is now, Leroy is my people. So I'm picturing this like kid from the 60s and 70s that's like Leroy Brown. Like he's out there like doing his thing and he's super smart and riding his bike and has cool tennis shoes on. And anyway, it just kind of like, it was hard to like meld the two worlds that I had from younger version of Leroy Jenkins, Leroy Brown. Yeah, and then this one, but he's 10 years old, and I think it was funny because I thought they said they lived in Idaho.
It's just a random middle of the country state. They lived in Idaville.
Yeah, but I only heard Idaho. And so it was just like, like, oh, Idaho. Leroy's in Idaho? Like, homie's having a time.
You just thought he was just a random, like, black kid in Idaho?
Yeah. That's where my brain took it. And then in one of the stories, it was like, it was it was Natty, the first one,
Yeah,
Natty Nat, and it
Natty
talks
Light.
about how they're Mr. This and Mr. That own the men's store. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like super progressive. There's like this couple that owns the men's fashion store, and
I think there
anyway,
are
there's a lot
progressive
happening.
moments in this book.
Yes, it just felt very like, is this book inclusive? Like, what's happening?
I mean, we'll get to it, but
We'll get to it. So anyway, so we have Leroy. We have Leroy Brown, Encyclopedia Brown. I have to say, on the cover of both of our books, Leroy Brown is very, very much a white kid.
he's the
Like, he
most
is.
1998 looking white kid I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
JTT
Yeah.
hair,
Just
JTT pout.
all the stereotypes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He could be in Idaho.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they call him Encyclopedia because he knows everything and he can figure stuff out so fast. And he runs his own detective agency, which is pretty great.
Yeah.
And his father, got started off because his dad is the chief of police, bringing home cases at the dinner table, which sounds horrifying based on what the news is in our era.
Yeah, I like actually wrote in the book like this operation security at this police station is terrible because the chief is just bringing home these cases to his like 10-year-old kid and he's like can't solve a thing. He's like, I don't know what's going on. They keep talking about how they're at the beginning about how there's no crime in Idaville, and it's not because they haven't tried. It's because the police force is so good, and who's really behind that is this like kid.
Yes, it's great.
And every time like all the stories end with like this almost like sitcom-esque moment where they're like, Dad, you should have arrested that guy. And here's why, because his dad's like, dur, 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 we let the perp go.
It is very like reminiscent of the 90s TGIF, Full House, Family Matters. You know, you should have that like, you know how they do that like sad or like that music that would come up when there was like a problem, a conflict. Yeah. And you could just hear it like, oh yeah, this is what's going on.
Yeah. Like his dad could be played by Bob Saget.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like, I'm just a bad cop.
Yeah. But lovable. I feel like I honestly feel though that he would have been shorter and a little pudgier. So I don't know what the equivalent that would be back in the day.
Yeah.
But like almost like a Kevin James. Is that guy's name?
Yeah.
King of Queens.
Kevin James could play the cop and be like, that like Kevin James like face like, from the meme.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. That's what it is. So Encyclopedia has a handy dandy sidekick named Sally. And
more than just
she
a
is
sidekick.
A tough girl.
More than sidekick.
What do you mean?
She's his bodyguard.
That's right. That's right.
Junior partner and bodyguard.
Yeah,
I thought
that's right.
Rather progressive. She's
absolutely
kicking ass, taking names. I think they're also at that age where there was like always, I feel like there was always one girl in our class like who was just bigger than most of the boys. Yep. So Sally is that.
She's that. Well, it talks about her playing, I think it was basketball or something. She's tougher than everybody up to age 12. Yeah. I was like, that is very specific and I totally get it. Like, yep.
Puberty happened. Yep. And now she's no
and then it was like,
bigger.
Sally's like, oh yeah.
Well,
back down.
Bootsy Collins or Muggsy Banks or whatever the hell that kid.
Bugs Meany.
Bugs Meany, thank you. Not Bootsy Collins.
But Bootsy Collins is a great name. Bootsy Collins is his sister.
You know Bootsy Collins is actually like a bassist for Parliament Funk.
No.
Okay.
I don't know any of that, I'm sorry. I know the band. I just don't know the names.
Yeah, he's the bassist.
Bootsy I was going to say George Carlin, but I'm like, that's not
George.
That is not who leads it.
George Carlin.
I know it's not, but that's what came to my head. I see the man with the dreads, and George Carlin is the name in my head.
Yeah, it was a really cool time in American funk music.
Yes, he really did a great job. Oh.
So Bugs Meany, she beats the shit out of him at some point. Not that we condone violence, but
no,
she whoops his ass.
He's like the neighborhood town bully.
Yeah.
And he's awful. And he has a gang called the Tigers. It's a very Jets and Sharks. It is very...
Who run like adjacent to the Lions, which is another gang. It's very, 50s, Like, we're gonna
Yeah.
snap at each other and maybe have, like, one
Yes.
switchblade that we stab a watermelon with.
Yes. Yes. I like it too. He's always like scamming and trying to get people out of their money and their stuff, which is great.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are some, like, archetypes in here, but there's also one kid that, like, actually kind of freaked me out.
Which one?
The tooth collector boy,
Oh,
Charlie.
yeah.
Every time I was like, so is this just the origin story of Idaville's most, like, terrifying serial killer? And someday Encyclopedia Brown, like, the gritty adult version of this is going to be like the Riverdale? The
Yeah.
Riverdale version
Oh my
is gonna
gosh, that would be
be the
great.
tooth collector boy turns into a serial killer, and Encyclopedia Leroy Brown has to find him.
That sounds so like
I
I'm
think we
honest that
should
someone
write
hasn't
that.
adapted it. Yeah, because it would be amazing. Yeah, when he said tooth collector, at first I thought maybe he was like one of those people that like keep all their baby teeth. Because I think I shared this. I don't know. I don't know who I've shared this with, but I went to this guy's house. I was hanging out. I was in high school and I was helping him like pack or something and just sitting around his room. He had a waterbed. Anyway, and there was a box on his desk, like a little brown 80s style, like carved dark wood
Yeah,
box that
like,
people would
that's
have.
been stained and somebody made a wood
Yeah, it's a whole
shop.
thing.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
mom has a
And
couple of those.
I remember shaking it. I'm like, "What's in here?" And I open it. And first of all, he had told me he had no cavities. He always would brag about that. I open it. It's every one of his baby teeth, half of which
Ew.
have had like cavities and fillings in them, but it's like all his baby teeth in this
One,
box.
why the flex on the teeth, on the dental health? It's partial.
Uh,
Some of that's genetic. But
yeah.
second, what? Like, I
Yeah.
understand,
It
like,
was so much.
parents maybe keeping their kids' teeth, like, a couple baby teeth as, like, a memento, like, with the hair from that first
Yeah.
haircut. But, like, your own teeth?
I mean, I can't say much because I do have my wisdom teeth because they came out whole with the root. And I was like, oh, this would be really cool in my library. That's going to be kind of dark academia. Like it made sense.
Oh,
Like
okay.
maybe Sam's
Makes
giving me the look.
No, I'm just thinking of maybe you need a tiny skull as well and a
Yeah, well,
ceramic baby doll head.
and I want a pickled snake, like I saw one at a fair.
Oh, the
I don't know,
formaldehyde
like
snakes? Oh,
yeah,
we had those in my middle school, and we used to take them out and
yeah.
just put them out as decor. So maybe I'm okay, maybe
Yeah.
I don't have a lot.
Okay. So, but my version of this keeping a tooth is not weird. His version was definitely weird, and this kid Charlie's is very weird because he kept all kinds of like animal teeth and like
Yeah,
he's
zebra
doing
teeth.
barters with adults for
Yeah.
like teeth
For
and
supposed zebra
payment.
teeth. I do have a
Yeah.
friend who, her wisdom teeth, she mailed
Mhm.
them, with no note, no comment. She just mailed them in an envelope to her mom and
Love
just
it.
was like, as a kind of like a
There you
prank.
go.
She's like, "Oh, yeah, just mailed them to Mary," which I still think is hilarious, but
No, I
okay.
think that's amazing. That's giving me ideas. Okay. So there are several cases. We're not going to go through all of them, but we'll just go through a few. I think the first one we have to talk about is the case of Natty Nat
Well,
because
yeah,
that's the first case.
of course.
And it's the case that, I keep wanting to say Leroy. Leroy's dad, Encyclopedia's dad, is talking about this case because there's this person that is in a kind of like a majestic trench coat or something with a belt on the back that is just robbing people right and left in town, which is fantastic. And then there's a report that the local men's shop is robbed. And Encyclopedia's dad is telling the story, and Encyclopedia is like, ain't no way.
Yeah.
Ain't no way. And he figures it out in like 2 seconds. And I have to say,
The art is Kevin James. It's Kevin James sitting
yes,
here being
it's
like,
Kevin
"Oh,
James is the art. Yeah.
oh,
I mean,
what?"
I will post a picture of the art because it is very, on brand. One thing that we didn't say about this book is that it tells you the little case. And then at the very end of the book, it tells you how he solved the case. So it gives you an opportunity to figure it out yourself if you would like to. Anyway, this guy basically robs himself
Yeah.
and blames it on this natty nat, who I don't even know if they ever caught. I can't remember. I
No,
don't think
I
they ever
wrote that
caught them.
like, they're like,
Yeah.
"The case is solved." So I wrote,
Uh,
"But Natty Nat is still on the loose." Like, sure, this guy tried to commit some, like, insurance fraud, but,
yeah.
like, sure, a little civil crime, but the other guy is actually
The
still
armed
there.
robber is out and
Yeah,
about. Yeah.
but
Okay.
not in
Yeah.
Idaville apparently, and so it's all
No,
solved.
he's fine. Yeah, and again, it's like very quick case. Like it was just like dad tells him this story about how, store owner gets held up. Encyclopedia like thinks about two things and he's like, I got it. Like it's a very easy case to solve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, the next one that I really like was the case of the shattered cards.
Oh, the
Not
scattered cards.
not scattered, not shattered. I tell you, I promise I did not drink before this.
I don't
And the
know.
only thing
Sounds
I've
like
drank
caramel
besides
apple
this
fireball.
this drink I had was a ginger ale. So I don't know what's going on with me today, but I'm tipsy off of books. Anyway, so this was a good one. This was like, again, this is the first time we are introduced to Bugs Meany, again, the leader of that tiger gang. And this poor kid named Peter comes up to Encyclopedia Brown like, somebody stole my tent. And I got this tent at a junkyard and I sewed it back up and then I put it out in the wilderness and I've been using it. And he goes to use the tent and Bugs
Bugs.
Meany is just taking over.
Old Bugs just stealing shit, ill-gotten
Yeah.
gains, and being big
Well,
and
and
mean.
they're like doing like an illegal, card ring in there too.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sorry. I forgot the gambling charges.
Yes. Yes.
Obviously, Idaville is a rough place.
It's so rough. But it's just, I don't know. The stories were so cute because it was just like Encyclopedia Brown's like gets into this tent and it's been raining for a couple days and he sees a deck of cards on the ground and he just kicks the cards and he's like, Bugs Meany, there's no way that this is your tent. You definitely stole it. And you're like, why? And in the end of the book, they're like, because it had been raining for 2 days. And if it had been raining for 2 days, then the ground would have been wet and it wouldn't have been dry from the tent and the cards would have gotten soaked. Boom. Solved.
Did you get any of them?
No. There was one I got. Well, I didn't know the why, but I knew there was something was tampered with.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I knew. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote too tired, but interaction is fun. So
Yeah.
I was like, I was not paying attention. You're right. I'm as bad as the cops.
Yeah, I was like, I know I could figure it out if I thought about it, but I don't want to.
Yeah. I think the one I figured out was the egg.
That was the one I got too.
Okay, yeah. I was like, that's
Yeah.
weird. Why is he not mopping up the egg? Gross, kids.
Yeah. So basically, there's a new kid in town and he's hosting these egg spinning competitions and he's hustling kids out of all kinds of things like their tooth collections and their baseball bats and their toys and money and all the things. And so the kids all they request that Encyclopedia Brown figure out how he keeps winning. And so basically the kids pick an egg and make a mark on it. And then they bring it to this thing, show the mark that it's the egg that they picked from the grocery store. And then they spin the egg and this one kid's always winning. And Encyclopedia is like, he is at the grocery store one day and watching these guys pick out their eggs and somebody drops an egg and the grocer is like, oh, I'll go get the broom to sweep it up. That's all the clue that he had. The next day, the egg competition happens. Everybody sees their marks. The scammy kid is like, hey, it's my mark, man. There's nothing wrong. And Encyclopedia's like, well, there's just been one subtle change that's going to impact the game. And he's like, is this a game of skill or chance? And he's like, it's a game of skill. He's like, then switch eggs. And the kid's like, wah, wah. And we soon find out that the egg has been tampered with because it was boiled.
It was a hard-boiled egg, which means that the yolk's not sloshing around, and so you're gonna have an easier time keeping it. I thought that was kind of cute and kind of funny. It also it was so like such a middle school thing where like they're like, we're gonna have this competition every day over something like really stupid. Like we used to do, I think I've talked about this before, but like how long you could stick a big red gum.
No, you have not told me about this.
So big red gum is cinnamon gum. And if you would lick the wrapper and then stick it to your forehead, you would get a chemical burn from the cinnamon flavor. So we would see how long you could last. And so you would see people have these little squares or little rectangles on their forehead.
My gosh.
Which now I look back and I'm like, that is insane. That was like, why were we doing that? But yeah, it was just like a competition you could have in class. And you would like see some people with like their little big red wrappers. You'd lick it and stick it to your forehead and see how long it would last.
So the game my friends are playing at that time were at the slumber parties, they would choke each other out until you passed out so you could get high.
Oh, we did clean Miss Battistella's desks because she had a very, very pungent desk cleaner. And it would get you kind of loopy. It was like a lot of Sharpie smell.
Nice.
Yeah.
I I once like interrupted somebody's prank. They had taken a gum wrapper and made it into little prongs to stick in the outlet at the school, which is dumb. But I was like, you guys better make a noise. That's going to be too loud. And they just looked at me like I was so stupid. And I was like, I know. I know I'm not cool anymore. I don't know. Well, I don't know why I said that.
I don't know what came over me. You're right.
I don't know. I was being the class, the hall monitor.
Little
I don't know what's
narc.
wrong. I don't know. I'm so sorry. So, yeah, good times.
Ugh.
Did any of these encyclopedia cases stick with you?
Oh, the one with the where they go to find the bank robber at the house.
Oh, that was crazy.
I was like, why are you doing this? Is an actual job for the cops.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Yeah. That was the one where like the bank robber ran into the guy on the street,
Yeah,
and
into
it
the
turned
beggar
out the
guy.
guy on the street was the bank robber.
Well, they were in cahoots, right? Because they knew
Yeah.
once they like looked at the bread, they couldn't charge him with anything. So
Mhm.
and like his dad was like, I don't know, he just had this chance collision with this person. What could have possibly happened with this person who's never been in town before?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a lot of bumbling.
yeah. I liked that one though because he was like, I better grab Sally, my bodyguard. She's gonna protect me.
I mean, we're not fully there, but this is another example of like, where are the parents?
Well,
Where
being
are the
bad
parents?
at the
Yeah.
cops and correcting his grammar. His mom's just like, may I go into that house? Not can I go into the house with the weird guy?
Oh, the thing I most identified with this this book though. So when Encyclopedia Brown is setting up his agency, he asks his mom for a box so he can like make a sign, cut it apart and make a
Mhm.
sign. And it talks about how his mom had saved a nice dress box from this department store. And I'm like, that is a woman in her 30s or
Yeah.
40s. Like she is a millennial woman that cannot let go of a nice box. Which I can safely say I have a stack of nice boxes that I need to put in recycling that I needed to put in recycling a year ago. But I was like, I'm going to keep these just for a little while longer. And then when I was moving, I was literally like, I should put these in recycling. I don't need to waste the energy to move these from one place to a new place. And now they're sitting behind me in this room. So I was like, oh, I totally get it. Why you would have a nice box. And
Yeah.
and it's the dream of someone like, hey, I need a nice box. You're like, wait, I got it. I
Perfect.
got
It's
it. And
perfect.
not to sound sexist, but I do feel like it is the equivalent of like men that really hold on to every scrap of wood
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
every nut and bolt that are into
Yeah. An
like,
old car
and
piece.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they literally like 20 years later, like, oh, I need XYZ. And they have it. And it's like it made all of that hoarding worth it,
Have you
even
seen
though we could have just gone to the hardware store.
there's like an Instagram reel about this guy and his dad, and he's like, I need a piece of wood that's this kind of weird shape. And the dad's
Mhm.
like, I have it. And they like cry. They both like are like
Yeah.
weeping of joy. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think
I
that
get
this
it.
is kind of relatable.
Yeah.
I have one of those subscriptions to like one of those like snack companies or whatever,
Yeah.
and their
Yeah.
boxes are so nice, and they're also very reasonably shaped for things. Like I have a bunch of
Mhm.
sewing materials in them and stuff. We definitely have uh hoarded more of those than I'd like to admit, and finally
Yeah.
the cat will like chomp on them for a bit, and we'll like finally get rid of
Okay,
them.
it's like I can let it go. Yeah. I do feel that way about like any Apple box I ever get
Oh
too. I
yeah,
want to keep it. And I have been doing a little bit better job of like I just got a new Apple speaker and I was just like we're not hoarding this. We are
yeah.
putting in the garbage right
I'm
away.
like, what if I have to send it back?
Yeah, I'm like first of
I've
all,
never
that's
done
not
that.
ever going to happen. And secondly, for me it was like is $100. Apple don't want it back. They are not
Yeah,
they are not down for that. And thirdly, just put it in the recycling, please. I'm like, okay.
yeah.
I can't have it. Anyway,
Well,
yeah.
this is generational though, because we have a right now on the counter we have a 10 of those Danish butter cookies,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
brought them out last night for some friends, and somebody was like, "Sewing supplies," and people have been hoarding tins and boxes for years.
Well, I think tins, it's so like, oh my gosh, like I can't throw this away. It's metal.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't get rid of this.
Oh
It's
yeah, I will put sewing like I need a new tin for sewing notions, so that's like what will
mhm.
go in it when we're done.
Mhm.
They're
It,
delicious.
it it's yep.
I
Yes.
just get to eat a lot of delicious cookies, and then I get a 10. That's great.
I'm it is the season for that.
'Tis the
Like
season.
we're right in the moment for that. Okie dokie. So I would have to say this book I really liked the concept of this book.
Yeah.
I think it's super fun, especially for kids to like think things through. I know for me, like I realized I am a cheat code girl sometimes in life. I remember one time I was hanging out with a friend and her son was playing a game that's like a puzzle game where you're like, look in this room and you're like you're trying to find stuff and clues and like put things
Mhm.
together. And he's having such a hard time. I'm like, I'm gonna Google that and we're gonna find it now. And his mom's
Oh,
like, nope,
yeah.
he'll take his time to like figure it out. I was just like, yep, we're gonna take our time to figure it out. And I'm just like, okay, I needed to do better about being curious and like whatever. But I don't know. I grew up like 80s, 90s. We're always looking for cheat codes on gaming consoles and ABA, up,
Oh,
down, left,
yeah.
right, all those things to try and like, help you out. But I do think
The,
that this
like
book is very much for the kids that don't want that.
Yeah, the GTA, like, weapons packs cheat codes are, like San Andreas they're lodged deep into, like, my psyche. Like, I haven't played that, and I could still bust out Weapons Pack 3,
I
but
just thought about The Sims and always trying to get the Sims was really hard. Well, I think it's probably still hard, but back in the day, you have to hustle and grind. And I remember figuring out finally like how to like cheat and get money and add money to your bank account.
Mhm.
And that was my way of living. Like I'm never not gonna do that because I don't know. That's how you play games. So anyway.
I don't think I cheated through Skyrim. I mean, maybe I'd look up, like, if
Mm,
there was, like I needed to find something, sometimes I'd look up, like,
yeah.
where I needed to go, but I did definitely look up solutions to the shrines in Zelda because I was like,
Hmm.
I don't have it tonight. What do I need? How do I do
Oh my
this?"
gosh. My best friend and I, we started playing Myst right when it came
Mhm.
out. This is pre-internet, and so we were really like grinding through it. And there's a point where we just stopped because there was nowhere else to go, and we didn't know who to ask. More recently, though, I got addicted to Disney's Dreamlight Valley, and some of those quests, like I would be looking for like a half an hour for something and couldn't figure it out, couldn't find it. And finally I'd have to go to a walkthrough just to figure out like what is the next step because I'm gonna stop playing this game.
Yeah.
I can't do it. And there's just so much to do.
Well, back in the day, but even like before internet or like early internet, there were also like guides that got you through these.
Yeah.
Like you could go to the bookstore and get a video game guide, like how to get
Well,
through stuff.
in the classic movie The Wizard, starring the Savage brothers and a young Jenny Lewis, it's about a young boy who is a Nintendo wonderkin, and they hitchhike across the country to go to Vegas to go to this big competition, but they're trying to prep for it, and they're calling the Nintendo hotline that you used to be able to call,
Ah,
and like you would have somebody a human on the other end pick up and tell you how to walk through the game. Like it was so cool. I mean, I don't know if it was a 900 number. I don't know if it cost you anything, probably, but but it was just like cool that you could call up Nintendo and be like, I'm stuck on this level, and they would tell you how to do it.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? If you like completely quit the game and decide that you're just not going to play those kinds of games or that
Yeah.
brand of game because you're just stuck, like I get it. And now
Yeah.
you just have internet forums that have all that or Reddit posts or
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I love that community of yeah, a little cheat code here and there makes
yeah.
the world a better place.
Sometimes you just gotta,
Yes.
they gotta sneak through.
So what are your final feelings on this book? Like what did you hate it less now than you did as a
Yeah.
kid?
I liked it a lot more. I can see why probably as a kid I like surprise surprise as we've discussed the horse girl non-diagnosed ADHD childhood I had. I can see
Yeah.
why I probably was like not into it. I was like, "Oh, I was supposed to pay attention to these details the whole time? Like,
Mhm.
why? This is
Mhm.
why? Why do I have to do this? This is so boring." I can see why I didn't like it then. I like it better now. I thought
Mhm.
it'd be fun to like if I were with a bunch of if I had to like I don't know on a road trip with kids, have
Oh,
this in the
yeah.
car and then you like kind of talk
Yeah.
through it or something as like a fun puzzle game. I think that would be fun.
Oh, yeah, I think that's smart. Yeah, I
Yeah.
I still really like I have such fond memories of the TV series. Like
Yeah.
I can't tell you the chokehold it had on me because like I wanted to be Encyclopedia Brown because
Yeah.
I wanted to run things, but I was a girl, so I was just like, well, I have to be Sally because in the '80s you had to pick one or the other. If it was well, if the girl if whoever the girl was and you're the girl, that is your character. Like you can't gender swap or anything like that. back at, I mean, you could, but I'm just saying, like, stereotypically.
I would have liked being her though, because she's beefy, and I feel
She
like
is.
childhood me would have been like, a beefy girl in literature. Yes,
Yeah.
I would have been into it. And they don't make fun of her for it. They're just like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
you're cool. Oh,
Yeah.
I would have loved that.
Well,
representation.
I decided that since I was going to be Sally, I needed to find my Encyclopedia Brown, and I went on the hunt at school. And I was like, basically like auditioning all the boys to be Encyclopedia Brown. And there was this one boy named Scott in my class who was kind of nerdy and lanky and wore a baseball hat. And I was like, will you be my Encyclopedia Brown? I have a feeling I almost asked. I think I started dropping hints like, hey, have you ever seen that show Encyclopedia Brown? Like on the recess field. And I don't know if I just remember like trying to like plant seeds, and it did not come to fruition. But yeah, I just was obsessed with that show for so many years. And it was to the point where it's like, it's not like all of this stuff used to come out on DVD and YouTube and stuff. You would see something and you might never see it again.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember like it came on years later, and I was like recording it on VHS. And then once I got older, I like took that VHS, put it on CD. Then I moved it to like, I think I have copies of it somewhere. It's like the worst pixelated crap you've ever seen. And then somebody put up on YouTube, and I was watching them maybe like a couple years ago. I was watching some of the YouTube episodes. It is the hokiest, worst acted crap you've ever seen. But watching it, just like all the nostalgic memories, came up, and I'm like 9 years old again, like totally in love with Encyclopedia, like wanting to be like a badass, like like remembering that I thought I could solve those mysteries. And
were there any of these stories that were featured on episodes you saw? Do you remember any of these?
None of these ones. Okay. Yeah. So the one of the episodes was like a time capsule episode where they were opening a time capsule, and there was another one where mysterious fires were happening in the library, and it came out that the librarian assistant, who was very much she's all that moment, because she had really thick glasses, but when you took them off, she was literally like blonde and like beautiful, whatever. But her glasses were so thick that every time she put them down, sunlight would hit them and start fires.
Oh my God.
Or something like that. Like that's what I can remember. It could totally not be that, but that's what I remember.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's like makes me think of Not Another Teen Movie. Ugh, she has a ponytail.
Yeah. It was very much that. You're like, yeah, she's fucking hideous. Look at her.
Yeah, look at those Coke bottles. Obviously, we can't see past those. Neither can she. Hey. So stupid. No, I'm curious on how much of the original like source material they used for the show now.
I'll put links in the show notes to where you can watch it on YouTube. It definitely is. It's if you're a kid of the 80s, early 90s, it is a throwback for sure. Anyway, so what are you rating this?
Ooh, let's see. I'm gonna go with 2 out of 2 full pair of roller skates.
Okay.
Of stolen, filched roller skates from, Victoria or Vanessa, who is a guy, Miller or whatever, the dentist.
Yes,
the dentist one.
Veronica.
Wasn't
it? Or was it
Valerie? It was Valerie. Yeah, Valerie.
Yeah.
So 2 out of 2. 2 out of 2 roller skates. I liked it. I thought it was actually really cute, wholesome. It didn't we've read a lot of books that came out of like the 50s and 60s and 70s, and there's some like stereotypes.
Yeah.
And probably not a lot of, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not a lot of diversity, but it didn't seem to be problematic in a lot of ways. It was great. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was cute.
I liked it. Yeah. The thing that pops in my hand is like, 12 tigers snapping. It's just, it is a band of kids being thugs in the street, like thinking they're so tough, being gangsters, and they're really just playing cards in a tent that they stole from a little boy. Like
they didn't even really steal. They just found
squatted.
It. They squatted in the tent, and then they said, "No, little boy, you can't come in the tent anymore. It's our tent now."
Yeah,
squatters' rights. It
was
teeth.
Nice.
Squatters' rights and a future for Charlie. Charlie, the tooth collector, is going to. That's going to be the next, true
That's going to be the turn.
Yeah, gritty.
I really could see it going really dark and gritty with that one. Honestly, it would be great. All right, well, this is coming out the week of Thanksgiving. 'Tis a festive time of year. We hope you are able to enjoy your family, and if not, we're here for you to just escape and decompress and disassociate.
Whoever
So
your family may be, maybe it's family of
yeah,
choice. So,
yeah. But right around the corner is the merriest time of year,
oh boy.
and we are reading Christmas in the Big Woods by Laura Ingalls Wilder.
I cannot believe, I was actually talking to some friends last night about this. This is our
Mhm.
first Laura Ingalls Wilder.
I know.
How has that
I
been a
don't know.
thing?
I don't know,
I'm
but
excited.
I'm excited. I feel the holly jolly is going to take over, and I'm very
Sure.
excited to see what cocktail. Okay, it's a children's
Bah
book, by the way.
humbug!
It's a picture book, so it better be festive and
Oh,
fun.
yeah. I thought you meant
Uh,
like with us. I'm
oh
grumpy.
no, not with us.
Oh,
No,
okay.
in the story of a child just enjoying
Oh, yeah.
Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm very excited for your holiday drinks. I'm very excited to see what you come up
Ooh,
with.
I got to start
Um,
thinking because
yeah.
we have done a lot of them in the past, but I am yeah, I've got some maybe some new flavors we can bring in.
Oh, very exciting. I may maybe some. Can I just have a suggestion? Nothing, a vegetable based.
That is really throwing a wrench in my celery teeny. Okay, just upset about that.
Yes. Could you imagine? We honestly should do like the worst of the worst cocktails we can find from like the 50s and 60s and just
Oh, I've talked
test them
about red
out.
hot salad, right?
Yeah. No. No.
Oh, maybe just maybe. Next one will be some red hot salad based stuff. This is a staple in my family's house. Actually, it's a Thanksgiving staple too. 2 layers of lemon jello that you have dissolved red hots in. And then the
Oh.
middle layer is cream cheese, Cool Whip, walnuts, and celery.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there are actual, like, aggressive comments about who gets to sit next to this dish.
Oh. Okay.
Never from me and my dad. We just sit with the
Yeah.
olives.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well. On that note, happy Thanksgiving.
Yep. May you find family and joy in red hot salad wherever you can. Good luck. If you're enjoying Boozy Book Reports and would like to support the show, you can share episodes with your friends and family, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Boozy Book Reports, or leave us a positive review and rating. All of those things help us grow. Our theme music was created by the Finley Ghost. Check out their latest album now. Thank you and happy reading.